Dear viewers, welcome once again. We are still continuing with our questions of PLE English 2024, and here is question 16. The instruction was, write the given short forms in full. These questions were simple, though these are not the only ones that we can task learners to write in full form. There are also other short forms. But I would like to highlight to the viewers that we have short forms that we call acronyms. We have those kind of short forms. We have original abbreviations. They are those which are of standard when you are talking of units. Then we also have those short forms which are just contrasted. So you realize that, for example, in question 16, I'll take it to be an example of a common abbreviation. It is an abbreviation whereby it is stating standard. They are talking about units. So this kind of short forms, we have very many in number, in that for a learner here was now just to express its full form as kilogram. We have two forms of writing the word kilogram. One may write the kilogram without MME. Another one can prefer to write kilogram with MME. Still the two words are marked correct, because what we are after is whether a learner can express the full form of the given abbreviation. The origin of the English does not matter. I hear some people say, this is English British, this is English American. As long as the word is in English and it is in the dictionary, we mark such a word correct. Then in question 17, there was a short form but the way it was expressed, it is having just an apostrophe that is reflecting that there are some letters which have been removed from the two words. So in such expressions, I would encourage our viewers and the learners to always make sure that they revise as many as short forms which are expressed in such nature. The full form for this, learners were just expected to write they have. But the common mistake that most learners did, they wrote they beginning in a capital letter T. That was a wrong idea. If you write capital letter T, it is like you are going to write for us a sentence. Yet here you are just being required to write the full form of the given short form. So dear viewers and learners, let us always avoid such kind of errors. They may cause us to lose marks. Then in the next part, we were asked to rearrange words in alphabetical order. And this one calls upon the knowledge of using a dictionary. If a learner was not trained well how to use a dictionary, it will be a challenge. Though we are going to have a simple formula here. For example, in question 18, we shall just have to make our columns and we write each word. Then we shall be able to tell which word comes first. The first word given, it is pluck. So in each column, I write one letter at a time. So that's the word pluck. So the next word is nail. So I write N-A-I-L. That's the next one. Then we were given the word saw. S-A-W. Then next we were given the word hammer. H-A-M-M-E-R. So you realize that in such a working, I'll be able to tell the first word. Now here I consider column by column. Most learners have a challenge in that they mix up columns. But when you are using this formula, dear viewers and learners, always consider letters given in a particular column at a time. Until you finish up the order of that column, that's when you shall move to the other. Now, in column 1, we are having letters P, N, S, and H. So, when I consider P, N, S, and H, I'll go back to my letters of the alphabet because they have tasked me to arrange these words in alphabetical order, meaning I have to use letters of alphabet that is from A to Z. And when I go to these letters and I consider them, I realize that in the alphabetical order, letter N is number 1. Then it will it is not N. Now that means we have always to have those letters. You may need to have A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So, if you are considering these letters, you have to now look at your letters of the alphabet, whereby H is number 1, and H is being followed by N. We are now looking just at these 4 letters. Then we are having P, and lastly we are having S. It means if I'm to rewrite these words in their alphabetical order, I will have hammer as number 1, then followed by nail, then followed by pluck, and lastly I shall have the word so. So dear viewers, here you realize that if you use this formula or this working, it will help you always to tell the correct order of these words. Let us quickly work out this one and we shall see how do we reach the answer. For this one, we shall have our columns still as usual. The longest word is having 4 letters, so we shall have only 4 columns. Those are enough. The first word is I. We are having another word as nose. We have the word ear. Then we have the word neck. Now, with these words, you'll have to look at column number 1. And when you look at column number 1, we are having letters which are common. We have E and E. But in the letters of alphabet, we don't have E number 1, E number 2. And we are having N, N. It means here we shall pick out only the letter E and N. And according to the letters of the alphabet, letter E is the first. So we come back to the table and we pick out the words that are having that letter E in column number 1, and we shall go to their column number 2 and we tell the alphabetical order first for those words which are having letter E in column number 1. So when you come to column number 2, we are having Y, we are having A. Again, you'll find some learners, they make a mistake. Now they get to know that, okay, since here, letter A is the first before Y in the letters of the alphabet. Now a child will say this is word number 1, which is correct. But now a child again will relate this Y to the letter which was already skipped in column number 1. So learners always avoid such mistakes. If you proceed to follow words of a particular column, finish up all the words first before you come for other words. So here, if word ear is to be number 1, it means the word I is to be number 2. Reason being, when you are considering letter A, and letter Y, you were not considering the O and E, because these two words, for them their letter was N, but we have proceeded to consider only those which have letter E. We are not considering these ones of N. So in this expression, word number 2 is to be I, but not neck. Reason being, neck is beginning in letter N, but I starts in letter E. So we were considering only E in the first column. We were not considering N. So after that, we shall now go to these ones that are starting in letter N, and we also get to know their order. When we look at this word, it is nose. Then this word is neck. The two are starting in letter N, so we shall go to their next letter, whereby we are having letter E, then we are having letter O. Still, when we go back to the letters of the alphabet, E is the first letter before letter O, meaning the word neck will be our third word, and being that we are left only with one word because they were 4, it means the word nose will be the last one, and we shall end up having our answer as it has to be ear, eye, neck, and lastly nose. Why? These two words, each one of them starts in E. These ones, each one of them starts in letter N. And when you go to the dictionary, this shall be the flow. When you open, you will come across ear first, then you will come to eye, then you will come to neck, and lastly you will come to nose. Let me also put this right to the viewers. Avoid writing such words beginning in capital letters if they have not given you what we call proper nouns. Dear viewers, there is that mistake. It is an error which is always observed in the final exams. These words are not supposed to be written beginning in capital letters if at all they are not proper nouns. And lastly, avoid putting full stops, because we are not writing sentences. You have just made a simple list of words. It is not a complete sentence. Once again, I ask each one of you to stay tuned, subscribe to our channel, comment, and ask where need be. We shall always be there to give you a reply. Thank you.